Oh, that is not right. Okay, video capture fixed. Here we go. I forgot how addictive this game is. Factorio is, as it's famously known, a game where you use conveyor belts to kill aliens. It's a logistics game, which means the focus is on getting supplies to a factory, goods to the right next factory, and then end goods out to where they're useful. It's also a survival game, in that you're playing your way up a tech tree, building defenses and improving your economy, and getting nicer things while building bigger weapons to fend off some enemy force. In the Factorio world, the enemy force is, well, it's kind of you. You show up on an alien planet and it's your job to kill the locals, or at least to defend your town long enough to launch a satellite into space. I think maybe early in the game's inception, the idea was you'd get to space and then there'd be a space level where you built space conveyor belts or something out there. But as the game stands now, launching satellites is just one more type of research to get you bigger weapons and cooler toys. Like many such survival games, the addictiveness comes from building a big base and having dozens of projects that you want to complete. Just one more research and you can build laser turrets along your walls. Just optimize your iron smelting and you get factories pumping out more research kits. Just figure out why red circuits aren't being manufactured and you can go back to that other project. Which one was that? Was it new power? Clearing an alien base? Mining a new ore field? The game eventually gets kind of meta once your factory becomes sufficiently advanced. You can craft construction drones, design a blueprint, and stamp the blueprint and watch the drones do all the work. At that stage, base building isn't so much you running around and adding a new machine here, a belt line over there, but rather adding a whole new process in one step. Figured out the most efficient way to smelt? Just create a blueprint. Then you can clone that blueprint dozens of times with far less work than you did before. And then you run out of iron, and the next patch is far away. Time for trains. Somewhat similar to Transport Tycoon, Factorio has a fairly complex train logistics system. You create stations and place tracks, build locomotives and add a few cargo cars, then set a route and watch it go. A good locomotive network takes space, but also bridges the giant gaps between different resource fields. This is a very active game. You are always doing something. The biggest hindrance is having to run around, and that can be ameliorated a bit with mech suit upgrades to run faster, or alternately taking a train everywhere. The two basic modes, single player or multiplayer, are quite different. In a single player game, you spend 40 hours or more usually chasing achievements, but mostly learning the game and trying to build an ever more complex base. In the multiplayer world, you're doing the same thing, but as one part out of many. You spend far less time in the early stages running around with a hammer and collecting wood, and get to the complex matters of efficient production and massive power generators. If you're interested in this game, please give me a like. I'll look at doing a review and adding in some tips and strategy guides for this game. Thanks for watching.